Now, of course, you guys know that Discovery bought HBO and bought Warner Brothers, which is still confounding to me because you would think it would be the other way around. You would think that Warner Brothers would buy Discovery, but no, Discovery bought Warner Brothers. Now, they announced a little while ago that their two premium streaming services, HBO Max and Discovery Plus, which, by the way, I really like Discovery Plus.
It's great.
I watch it almost every night, at least something on it. But they're merging them together. So the question a lot of people have had is, what's the name of it going to be?
HBovery.
HBovery. That works. It's kind of better than the one they're talking about.
Sounds like television you can only watch in a gynecologist's office.
I wouldn't know.
Good old HBO.
So, oh my God. All right. So some people thought they would just keep the name HBO Max. Some people thought they would call it straight up HBO Discovery. Some people thought of different things. Well, according to a report coming out of CSNBC, they're saying that right now they are leaning towards the name of the streaming service between HBO and Discovery, Max. Just Max. Now, this comes to us from the folks at The Verge who wrote this. When HBO Max and Discovery Plus merge into a single app next spring, the new platform will simply be called Max. That's according to a report from CNBC, which notes that while a final decision hasn't been made, Max is the likely choice. It is being vetted by Warner Brothers, Discovery's legal team. The lawyers are also mulling over other potential names, according to the report, and the combined streaming service has been given a codename Beam internally. The reasoning for the Max name is simple. Warner Brothers Discovery wants HBO to fit into its huge stable of content without overshadowing programming from Discovery, DC Comics, Warner Brothers, CNN, and more. Okay, so now I will say this. Max is better. One of my business consultant thought maybe that the name should be just Disco, and you can have bright colors. And I'm like, you're a brilliant guy in business, but that's no. They named this thing Disco, the memes would start flying. Max is a terrible name. Is it as bad as Peacock? No, it's not as bad as Peacock. But Max is a bad name. Number one, just because it's such a generic word.
Yeah.
That's being used by everything and everybody. You have Staples and Staples Max. You have Pfizer and Pfizer Max. You have like everybody's putting Max on everything. So it's just too generic of a term, in my opinion. The other big problem that I have with this naming is this. I understand that you don't want to have one property overshadow everything else, but the reality, HBO is a legendary, revered name and brand in the entertainment space. HBO is a name that has come to represent excellence, top quality, awards, all that kind of stuff. It is a legacy title. And I never would have guessed, and I never would have thought that out of whatever name they came up with, that straight up removing the HBO part out of the name, I'll be straight up, it's asinine. It's a terrible, terrible idea. Now, you know me, I'm a big, big David Zaslav fan. I love every move he has made, even the ones that some people think is unpopular. Give it 2 years, you'll all see. But even the unpopular ones, I can't help but be a fan because everything he's done is stuff I've been saying they should do for a long time. So obviously I'm a big fan of him. But this, first of all, just the name Max is a bad generic name anyway. Removing the prestige name and brand of HBO off the service. So what? It doesn't overshadow the other content? Listen, you got to think more than what's going to happen tomorrow. You got to think where's this brand going to be 3 years from now? It's all just going to be considered HBO whatever, whether it's Discovery content, whether it's DC content, whatever. We're all just going to identify it under the brand it's at. Not one thing is going to overshadow another. So I got to say, I think this is the first big goof up on their part. Calling this thing Max is just dumb. Now, the report is very specific in saying they are still looking at other things. The decision hasn't been finalized. And listen, I said this about Peacock. I'll say it here about Max. at the end of the day, the name of the service doesn't ultimately really matter. It's just a name. But like if your name is Clint Eastwood and you're still making movies, don't change your name to Chuck Boris. The name Clint Eastwood carries a respect and a gravitas and an instant recognizability that name is associated with excellence. You don't just change your name to Chuck Boris for whatever. Keep HBO in the name title. Max is a stupid generic title. I hope David Zaslav, Alan Horn, everybody over there at Warner Brothers Discovery sees this video and hears me plead with you. This would be a stupid move. It's a stupid title. Please don't do it. Anyway, Chris, you hear they're talking about changing the name of this merged company. Well, not merged company, this merged streaming service of HBO Max and Discovery simply to Max. Am I missing some of the pros here? What do you think?
No, I love that you said that this seems very goofy because my first thought was like Goofy's son, Max. That's what they're naming it? What?
Yes, perfect.
What? Like Stranger Things, Max? Why are we doing this? Home box office. That is what HBO stands for. And that is what we have come to expect, is a cinematic movie-like experience in your own home. And I feel like that isn't something that could overshadow other properties. Excellence doesn't overshadow, it sets a standard. And when we think about HBO, we think about all these different prestige shows, you know? We think about Game of Thrones. We think about the movies that come to them. We think about award winners. You know, it's a fabulous streaming service that has excellent content on it. Max just seems so blah, for lack of a better term. It is just this generic word that I think really takes away from the excellence that we have come to know and love from HBO. I don't know why you wouldn't just go to HBO Plus if you just do something. I
mean, and listen, I could get the criticism that, well, everything's calling itself Plus.
Yeah.
True, but that almost puts it into a category that's recognizable. Like so many of the streaming services now use the word something plus, that it becomes recognizable that we're talking about their premium streaming service. So there's even something to be said there. Again, listen, if they change this name to Max, which is stupid, but if they do, it is not going to sink the company. It's not going to sink the streaming service. I just think it's a really, really bad move. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this, about the name Max for the HBO Max and Discovery Plus merged streaming service? I think it's ridiculous, but listen, I've only been thinking about this for a couple of hours. Maybe you guys can think of some benefits and some advantages that we haven't considered yet. If so, jump on down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to thank the sponsor of today's video, True Classic. The holidays are here and there is plenty of t-shirt cheer thanks to our sponsor, True Classic Tees. Guys, we have the perfect gift for your wish list. True Classic Tees are a gift for you, for her, and a great present for any guy in your life. True Classic is on a mission to maximize men's confidence by making them look good. Get 25% off True Classic with my exclusive link, trueclassic.com/Campea, and the discount doesn't stop there. You'll save even more during their site-wide sale. Guys, like most of you, I have always struggled with finding the right shirts for me. Either they're not all that comfortable or they don't fit me all that right. Well, the best thing is that True Classic's team has designed t-shirts to make guys of all sizes feel confident in their clothing. These shirts taper off towards the bottom, but they fit tighter around the chest and shoulders. This is the perfect look that can be achieved by every body type. And they offer other menswear as well, ranging from polos to workout shirts designed to keep your body feeling nice and comfy. So guys, get 25% off at trueclassic.com/Campea. Free shipping included on purchases over $100. That's 25% off at trueclassic.com/Campea.